Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your guy Nick from Run the Foot Market. Today, I'm bringing you a special kind of video. We're going to be joined by guest Chewboy. He's here with me.
That's me. Man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. So we're going to talk some Black Friday with you guys today, and we're kind of, obviously, the whole promotion is over, but we're going to kind of just do a Black Friday in review. We're going to talk about the market in review. We're going to talk about the SBCs. We're going to kind of just give our overall thoughts on everything and let you guys know kind of where we think, you know, what kind of steps we think that EA took with the SBCs, all that kind of stuff. So is there anything you want to just in general, start this conversation off and say?
I mean, I would say the one thing to look at compared to most other promos EA have done is that fixed FIFA stuff aside, when you look at the promo itself, nobody's really mad, which, you know, again, as some of Nick's followers may know, he used to be the FIFA community manager. And usually, in most promos, people are mad. And 9 out of 10 promos, people are usually mad about something, is in my experience. One way you can look at this is that, nobody's, like, arguably mad about what has taken place in terms of the promo itself. I mean, people are mad that other people are spending money during the fixed FIFA movement, but what's happening in the promo itself, like what they've offered, what they've delivered, you know, except for, you know, the pack, because I got killed on packs. I got absolutely murdered on packs, you know, but the promo itself, nobody is mad. So that's actually a really good sign to show that it was probably a good promotion. Yeah,
there was a lot of, I don't know, it just seemed the community was pretty heated going into Black Friday with the whole fixed FIFA movement this week. And I think we saw, like, they started the first promo round, and I think it was gone in, like,
it's like 2 minutes or something.
4 minutes
like
on
that,
Xbox,
right?
and probably PS4 was gone in a minute.
Yeah,
so,
I heard PS4 was, I mean, I play on Xbox, but I heard PS4 was just like, you barely missed it.
Yeah, I know that you and me, like, when we were talking with L-Dog, when we were streaming yesterday, he was only able to get open, like, I think 200 or 300K packs every time they came out, which is mad when they release, like, over 50,000, you know?
Yeah. And, like, I even had a friend, one of my friends offline who, you know, he's like a he's like a casual FIFA FUT player, you know, like he hops in every couple weekends. He, like, at the end of the day yesterday, he texted me, he's like, dude, weren't EA supposed to do, like, lightning rounds? He plays on PlayStation. He's like, dude, I haven't seen a single lightning round. Like, when did they start? I'm like, bro, like, you gotta be quick. You gotta be so quick. He did not even see a single one yet, and he was, like, looking out for them most of the day. Like, he would check in, but, like, 5-10 minutes too late, you know? So, that was people went at those packs, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so they basically, and let's go right into, like, the Flash SBCs were so fun this year. And
yes.
I tweeted it out, and, like, I feel like some people were still like, no, they're not great, but, like, at the same time, you can't ask for, like, a Flash SBC to just give you an 100K pack. I mean, they were doing, like, submit 4K worth of players, and you get, like, a 25K pack, and it, like, I think Golden Bear, who's a trader on Twitter, guys, you guys gotta go check him out. I think he stayed up all night doing these Flash SBCs.
Oh, are you serious?
Like, yeah, like, and if you look at his Twitter timeline, I think he was tweeting, like, you know, when they come out, like, you know, us, the guys in the market and who cover foot, like, we tweet out when everybody, you know, if you're sleeping, like, we're able to tweet it out and be like, there's a new Flash SBC. And he was tweeting out a lot of them, but I think it just shows that, like, they did a really good job with the Flash SBCs. I think last year, everyone was like, yeah, they were trash, but I mean, I probably profited on every one. Like, I submitted maybe 3 or 4K worth of players, and at the minimum, even with maybe not you're packing the best things because there's a lot of packs being open, I was still making like 5-6K a pack, and I enjoyed that because I think it's really cool that, like, as a trader, for me, like, every hour you had new lightning rounds, so you're waiting to snipe or, like, get good deals on players. And then every, like, half hour you were waiting for a new Flash SBC. So, like, in the middle of that in the middle too, like, you know, on the, say, 1 o'clock, you're sitting there sniping for 10 minutes, and then you get a break, 10-20 minutes, you get to go chill out, maybe you hop in a stream or something, I don't know, and then it's like, boom, Flash SBC. So I thought they did a really good job of, like, keeping people on Ultimate Team all Friday. Like, I was on so much, man, and even, like, not even just on my console, but, like, I was out with friends, and I'm like, I got a notification from EA, and I'm like, I'm going on my companion app to freaking move those little players.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Exactly, bro. And they were doing, like, 65 chemistry, stuff like that. So easy to do. So that was, I enjoyed that a lot. And then, you know, obviously today we woke up to, I'm looking at it right now, but we
Yeah,
have like,
freaking madness.
they did all the league upgrades, and they've given us untradeable team of the week and then tradable team of the week. So yeah, dude, today, like when I woke up, I was like, oh, it's Christmas, baby. It's awesome, right?
Freaking Traders Christmas. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
when you, I think these were the Flash SBCs we were promised last year. Like you said, last year's was not, it was, I think there was a mismatch. It was underwhelming last year because I think it was a mismatch between the vernacular they put when they described the promotion and what was actually delivered. You know, Flash, we expected every hour, every couple hours. I think last year was like, there was like maybe like 6, 7 total or something. So maybe like
There
one
wasn't
every
many.
like,
Yeah.
like every 4 or 5 hours. So I think this was what they were meant to deliver last year, and I guess they came through this year, you know.
For sure.
And a lot of people may think, you know, oh, it's in, you know, they went ham in response to, you know, the boycott, that kind of thing. But the thing is that they probably planned these things well in advance, like, you know, because the movement was what, a couple weeks ago, maybe like a week ago or so. So
Yeah.
I think it was just luck that they executed it so well, because usually, in my experience, you know, these things either weeks or months in advance. And you also take learnings from last year, and you're like, all right, these are the things we need to fix. So they already knew that they were going to do a better job on Flash SBCs based on the feedback they took last year when they were planning for FIFA 18, you know? So, yeah, like I said, not too much to complain about. I mean, you mentioned the SBCs were cheap. I think that was a cool thing. Like, even I laughed at the Ashley Young SBC. I was
So
like, you know,
cheap,
it's Ashley Young.
man.
I support United. Even I'm like, I don't want Ashley Young. But it turns out we woke up this morning as we're recording this, and you needed Liacic and Ashley Young. They basically gave you a free Team of the Week tradable SBC.
Exactly.
Well, not free, but, you know, you still have to get the 83s and 84, but they were setting you up to get at least one Team of the Week pack, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. And like they set you up to the point where, like, say you paid like 5, 6, 7 for each of those informs that were on the available as Flash SBCs. So you're at like 10 to 15K with those two alone, and then you know, they put out this thing this morning, and you maybe spend what, 15, 20K on 83s, so you could do a tradable for like 25, 30K, and you got the odds of packing like Pogba and all those guys. So that was really cool as well.
Exactly.
I think, you know, we obviously, like, I think we have Cyber Monday on Monday, so that's gonna be like probably some more packs, some more cards just getting onto the market. I don't really think it's gonna have a huge market impact. You're already seeing, like, for the guys that are here and are kind of wondering what's going on with the market, like you're starting to see everything, man. If you go look right now, like Hullet, a lot of players are already, the big time at least, are already up in value big time. Like, because basically what happens is a lot of people are scared to kind of just make their purchases before Black Friday and even on the day. And what happens is so many people just open up packs, man, and there's just, obviously there's a ton of supply, but people just get coins, man, and people start splurging and taking advantage of some of the deals. And what do I mean by deals is it's not like there's wide open deals on the market on Black Friday, but there's a lot of like snipes, and if you sit on the 59th minute, and you can really get some good deals. Because for me, like as a big time investor and stuff, like it's the best, it's one of the best times of the year outside of Team of the Year to pick up fresh big time icons. So like I was able to get a fresh 90 Hullet and a fresh 90 Ronaldo yesterday, which is like so rare to just kind of get in a random week. So I'm going to be holding those for a while as investments, and hopefully they go up. It was really interesting to see. I don't know if you were on early in the morning on Black Friday, but like they were releasing some promos. They started early. They started like where I live, like 9 a.m. I think.
Yeah, it was 6 o'clock my time. I missed the first one. Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, there was already panic and all that, and I woke up and prices were really low because I just think that people still were waiting for the bigger packs. And then I think by your time and my time around noon in the afternoon, we started to see so many people like just buying and cards starting to really rise. Dude, it was yesterday. Like yesterday was awesome. Like I had one of my longest streams. I streamed for I think 4.5 hours, man, and it was just people. I'm telling you, people were really happy. I think with this Black Friday.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if you want to judge promos in terms of like, I mean, you know, there've been bigger promos in the past. Like for me, my favorite last year was, you know, the premium SBCs, but.
Yeah, those are
again, in just terms of like hitting all the angles that people would want and satisfying people in like certain ways where nothing was expensive, so many different options, nothing went down, nothing crashed. I mean, I don't know how FUT Champs gameplay is right now. You know, I haven't played FUT Champs this weekend. Maybe FUT Champs gameplay was struggling. So if you play gameplay, apologies. I didn't play any gameplay this weekend. At least no FUT Champs. But I would say arguably one of the most successful promos, and this will sound weird, but ever.
Yeah, I mean,
again,
they
in terms
like
of
they
like
sold
execution.
out packs, bro. Like
Yeah.
those things, even on Xbox with the amount of like less users, even like the Prime Gold players packs, they took 20 or 30 minutes, but they went. Like
Yeah, they
didn't,
went in the
they
end,
didn't
right?
expire. So if you guys are also like not familiar with the whole fixed FIFA thing that we're talking about, there was a whole like Reddit and movement on social media with Twitter that people were, I think it was just, this is the general, was that they were not happy with a lot of the gameplay and a lot of the things going on in the game. And essentially their idea was that a lot of people signed a petition, and just in general the word was going out with hashtag fix FIFA and stuff like that, just to kind of get to the EA developers. I think they ended up making a thread for kind of complaints or suggestions about the game. But I think, yeah, that was basically what happened. And then I think you just kind of saw that the idea of the movement was to boycott PAX on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe not help EA with the sales, but I don't know how too successful it was. Because Black Friday was good, like in my opinion. Like I think people saw that the Flash SBCs were good, and then I think right when we saw the Ashley Young Inform, and you know the big code that came out, like there was a code that some guys figured out in the game that like said they added in Team of the Week packs, and I think that was a big thing that everybody wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when like we saw the Ashley Young. That was like the turn when we stopped seeing a lot of complaining and stuff, and we're like, okay, like this is really easy to do. We're probably gonna get a lot more to come.
And they're switching it up.
Yeah, they had the rotation with like they did.
good rotation.
You know the dog tags, I think, with the Flash SBCs. What I don't know what like the gold, the black, and the pink.
Oh yeah, the objectives.
No, they did like so the picture they were tweeting out. You know, like they have like the sale tag.
Yeah.
On the everywhere, it's like their kind of logo right now for Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's on the squad building challenges. Tab, and it's like that little foot 18 like gold kind of.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So like, they did this thing with the Twitter picture where I think like they were doing a rotation of 3 tags. So I think like one SBC. Yeah,
okay,
so like the black SBC was a player SBC or a Team of the Week SBC. So I think that is like I think all the community wants is change. Sometimes they don't want change, but in terms of like SBCs, we love seeing new stuff.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think the community likes versatility. They like dynamism. You know, in terms of they don't like just straight up pack offs. I think that's something that they probably learned from last year. Is that I think they focused.
Yeah, totally.
I think 17 was more like they were looking at previous FIFAs. They're used to that kind of thing, and just like giving people packs. But now with SBCs, they had SBCs that first year in FIFA 17, and they're like I don't think they even realized how big SBCs were even at that time, how much people loved them. So maybe that's why they didn't have that many Flash SBCs. And then now they can look back and be like, okay, yeah, well, that's what people wanted. And this was a good mix of like, okay, if you want open packs, you don't have to, but here are packs over here. Here are cheap SBCs. If you don't want to spend any money, you have players in your club, cheap SBCs. You don't have to spend really anything if you don't want to. But this is a free way to take part in the action. And the rewards are also mixed. So again, I think it was something for everybody to do and to profit from. So again, very successful. And that's the thing with the pack sales. A lot of people calculating, how much per happy hour. Per lightning round they were making. I don't know if I can't do the math in my head, but like
I heard,
something was
I heard a total of like some kid on Twitter was saying like, I think like 6 mil for the day.
6? Oh no, it's got to be more. Well, so the thing with the calculation is that a lot of people who watch this is that you can't so what you do, how you calculate is you could take the direct calculation. Okay, like a mega pack, what does that cost? And let's say it's like what, £10 or something. I don't know what the conversion is. Maybe that's $10 US. And then you multiply that by however many packs are in the lightning rounds times 2, because Xbox and PlayStation, let's say, or even PC times 3. But that's the total cost of how much they made. But you also have to remember that the console makers take, I think, I want to say like 30% out of the transaction.
There has to be a cut.
So every time you buy FIFA points from Xbox, Microsoft takes 30% of
Microsoft,
that
the real winners this weekend.
Exactly. So that's the thing. I mean, that's why like a lot of the console makers, that's why they love Ultimate Team, because Ultimate Team makes them a decent amount of bank.
It's really good for money.
So that's why, if you're in UK, you probably saw like the promos like plastered across like PSN or Xbox, that kind of thing. Even like, if Team of the Year is coming, you'll see that too. So that's what you have to factor into the calculation, is that you have to take 30% off that. But even still, they're still doing great. They made bank. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like I guess people just like to open digital things and see players in them pop out. People like to take that chance. I got shafted, but at the same time, I don't know what your take is on this. For me, I guess I'm an adult. So for me, as mad as I am, I know that it was my choice to spend. And I know what the chances are of me getting something good. I was mad. I was mad as hell, because I even told people to not spend. I was like, guys, just like from this point on, you have no reason to spend you have no reason to spend at all. Just save every single pack until Team of the Year. That's your job right now. But at the same time, if you're a young kid, you don't know better. If you're a parent, and you see your kid like spend a ton of money on packs to get nothing. I don't have a kid yet, but for me, when I have a kid, I'm as somebody that knows how all these things work, I'm gonna just like seriously regulate how much they spend, that kind of thing. So it's like I'm not too sure how people feel. I think Fixed FIFA is gonna do something. I believe. I don't think it's unsuccessful.
It's definitely gotten out. Like they know. There's no way they don't know at this point, because there was too many big people that really started to promote it. Like I know the Nepenthes video that he did. It was like a 30 or 40-minute video.
Yeah,
that made like mainstream, like not media, that really, but it got out. Like that video is like close to 500K on YouTube, and I was seeing it in like different kind of websites that were not just FIFA based.
It was like in the Daily Mail, I want to say, which is a good publication in the UK, and I think the movement really needed that. It needed a way, because I know I personally got a lot of flack because on my stream, and maybe I was a bit to the point, but I was a bit critical, but I just disagree with some of the points, because I felt like if you do want to have a boycott, you got to be organized, and your points have to be like actually like objectively based. I think some of the points were a bit, like, oh, pack weight's too low. I mean, it's like, but you don't have to buy packs. Momentum needs to be fixed, but it's like, stuff like that is subjective. I think kickoff cheese is there, but like they were talking about some other stuff, But again, that's all subjective. So I was like poking holes in those points, but I agree with some of them. Like I was like, okay, kickoff cheese. I think something needs to happen there. I think weekend league format needs to be changed, but again, that's still a subjective thing, because I feel like the people complain about weekend league format aren't the people that weekend league is for. The pros don't necessarily complain about it as much as the average players like myself do, So again,
totally,
it's kind of weird, but the video that Net made really organized a lot of things. So I think it really needed that. I don't think it would have had a lot of weight to it if it didn't. I think they're gonna have to force some kind of communication. I think it was good. It was probably good timing for the movement to come off after Battlefront, because the public will care more about something like Battlefront more than FIFA, because it's it's tied to an IP that's bigger than FIFA. It's tied to companies that are bigger than FIFA, like Disney, things like that. So there's obviously gonna be way more attention. Incidents like this actually are bigger in North America. For some reason, North Americans care more about advocacy in this kind of sense, but football is not as big in North America, so you don't have that extra bump, So it was good that it was good for the movement that it trailed off of the Battlefront stuff, so it can get attached to the argument. And I guess the one way that will help, but I think what the Fixed FIFA people should be hoping for is in just general what's the word I'm looking for? General like enforcement of like loot boxes in games in general, not just FIFA. From like, I don't know if it's not the FCC that does it, but just there are a lot of companies that are getting investigated for loot boxes, things like that. So I think that's where it's gonna at least like add something to the argument that hey, all game loot boxes need to be checked. I think this is gonna add to that, and I think it's gonna add to the fact that EA will hopefully be more open to the changes that are coming out. I don't know if you saw, but they're gonna tell people what in the server releases that they do. They do a lot of server releases. They'll actually tell people what's in it. When you go down for maintenance, things like that. But they're gonna tell people more about that.
Yeah,
so I think
that's a big thing.
Exactly.
They do a lot of server things when you just have no idea what they're doing.
Exactly.
So that's gonna be good. Like it'll be good to just see like addressed gameplay or addressed market glitch or something like that to know when you go back in, like that this is why the game was down. Because we were getting I think the beginning of this FIFA or something, we were getting the most random like server times they were taking the game down, and just people were like, bro, like what is going on? And it's good for the company to have clarity, I think, and just come out and start to not even connect with us because it's a business, but just like it's a win-win for everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's what I think the fixed FIFA will be. I don't know if it'll change the way FIFA is necessarily made year on year. I think that's bigger than all of us. I think that's why people were upset. When there's like the likes of people like myself were kind of like, I didn't agree with all the points, so like I didn't fully like be like, oh hey yeah, let's go behind the moon, because the things that are bigger than all of us, their behaviors are bigger than all of us. They'll keep FIFA the way it is. Like Black Friday, the fact that they can just drop 100,000 100K packs, $20 each, and we will just buy them.
Yep,
no one person can change that behavior of I want to spend money on packs. I want to take a chance. I will buy. We can't. I mean, I can't change consumer behavior. You can't change consumer behavior. Yeah. YouTubers can't change consumer behavior. That's what needs to change, and to change a game like FIFA, I think, and that's why I say you need to be looking at regular. I keep forgetting the word I'm trying to look for, but just like standardization or whatever, or visibility in terms of loot boxes, that kind of stuff for all games across the board. So the whole gaming industry will force FIFA to then change eventually. I think that's what you should be looking at.
Yeah, totally. No, I totally agree with that. Yeah, dude. So I listen. I think the fixed FIFA. I think the whole Black Friday thing in general has just been, I think, a success, and I think the fixed FIFA is that obviously still alive. I think it's been heard. I think people are a little bit less like almost violent with it because Black Friday was a success in most people's opinions. I would say there's still going to be people who didn't like it and didn't think it was good because it didn't fit their personal needs. You got to think about the needs of the community that it hit, and it kind of just hit everybody. You got your lightning rounds, you got your good SBCs, you got everything. They literally give a little bit to everybody, and that's just all you can do. It can't just all be targeted at what you want. So in that way, I think it's a success. I want to really quickly talk about, because I would consider this a part of Black Friday, the Icon SBCs on Thursday.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit, because we got the biggest Thursday, Throwback Thursday, I think arguably yet. 4 icons: Ferdinand, Haji, Roberto Carlos, and Mr. Striker Henry.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, what? Just give me your take on it. Like, I would say right away, at first when I saw the prices of like Henry and specifically him, actually, I was like, whoa. But now looking back, I don't know. I think it's not the worst thing in the world, and I think the setup of the SBCs and all that, I like it, man. I like how they went with 4, and I like how I think all 4 of these icons are like pretty high in demand. I think they're usable, and I think compared to the ones we were getting in the past few weeks, which were obviously all the icons this year are pretty good. But I think compared to the ones we've had so far, this wasn't one of those Thursdays where we had 1 out of 3 of them was like desirable. I think all 4 of these, in respective countries or who's your favorite player, like I think all 4 of these were really good players this week.
Yeah, I thought it was probably the best selection so far. I mean, coincidentally around Black Friday, but with Henry, I was expecting 2 icons to drive up the price, but at the same time, I mean, I was thinking about this. When the leaks were coming out, I was like, all right, let's say they do Henry. Okay, yeah, what would the price be? And the thing I've noticed about the prices of prime icons on the market versus the SBC is that it's always the SBC cost is usually a third or half the cost of the market price. Like I did Recosta for, I want to say 300 or so. He sells on the market. When I checked, he was about like 900 something, right? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's fair. When I look at Henry, I mean, I was looking at his total stats. He has more total stats than prime R9, like ridiculous. He's arguably one of the best strikers we've seen in the game all time, just behind R9 prime. So should he be very expensive? Probably yes. I mean, a lot of people, I saw a lot of comments saying like, oh, you know, this should be available for people who aren't huge traders, who aren't huge pay to win people. But I'm like, I mean, back in other FIFAs, like, you had no chance to get Ronaldo, the best player in the game. I never had a Ronaldo until, well, I packed one in FIFA 15, but like through just like usual means, I never got Ronaldo until FIFA 17. I've been playing since FIFA 12. So are you supposed to just easily get the best striker, one of the two best strikers in the game for 1 million coins, and you'll see with the way FUT Champions is, how easy it is to make coins, you'll see everybody have the best guy, and you see Henry's going around. So 2.5 to 3 million, listen, I think that's fair.
I think it's good that I think it's fair, and I think it's good that you keep these SBCs for respective players high. I think you got to work towards them. And I think what I like is that because they come out with 3 or 4, and they've, at first I was like, all right, can these come more than once a month? But kind of looking back at it now, for guys outside of like me and some other traders, like not a lot of people have the coins to be doing these like once every 2 weeks. It's a lot, and I know they're available forever, but it's the whole hype of when it comes out on Thursday, like, yo, I got to do it right now. I got to get this guy in my club.
Exactly. Like you could take your time, honestly, because I'm doing Rio slowly. Like I want to do Rio badly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I opened a ton of packs for Black Friday, and like I'm getting more and more players to do it as time goes on. So you can stretch that out, but again, we want things like instantly. So
yeah, and I think Henry was the most, by far the most expensive one we've seen so far. They required, I was shocked because I invested with some 88s and 90s, and like I was expecting an 88 rated team if we were to get an Henry, and I did really well on my investing, but the reason why I did so well, I think, was because they did an 89 rated squad.
Yeah, 89. That was ridiculous.
The thing is, with like when you go that
holy
high,
cap,
it's not even like they didn't do like team chemistry 30, which they do for like team of the week SBCs. They were throwing like 50, 55 chemistry, which means you have to find ways to get strong links with high rated players, which just means there's only a certain amount of kind of players you can go for, and there's only like I think probably for the 89 rated man, there's obviously a ton possible, but some of the guys who are 89 rated are freaking 300k, so you're not going to use them. So there's only like a group of 20 players you could use, and I think it's really good for anyone looking to come away with this video for tips in general, just about Black Friday and looking forward to the future, is that even the average or person who doesn't really know how to trade or invest, even the average investor can do really well from Throwback Thursdays. You're going to say that they're once every 3 to 4 weeks. And what you know is that, you know, once 1 out of the 3 or 4 they do is probably going to be Del P, Henry, Petit. It's going to be big ones. And I think now we're kind of in the home stretch where most of the icons left I was looking through are like pretty good. Like there's not going to be many, like I think the first few, like Overmars is like, yeah, he's great, but he's not elite icon status. Like there's not many non-elite players left, which is really good investing wise. You know what to do. This is what I've been telling everybody, just in terms of if you want to get ready and get involved for Throwback Thursday investments.
Get involved.
The way to go is not – EA seems to be – and this is what everyone thinks. It's like, hey, I got to beat EA. It's always a race to beat EA. They're like, oh, I got to beat EA, and I'm going to make all this coins, and I'm going to show them. Yes, that's great. You want to make coins, but you got to notice the trend, and this is what I'm picking up on. They haven't changed the requirements for any of the, they're all the same. Now they're different in terms of how many team of the week players or ratings. That they're different. What I'm saying is that when they require, let's look at Henry for a second. Like Henry, they require La Liga players 10 for FC Barcelona, but they don't require any Barcelona players.
Yeah.
And for Arsenal, they require 2 players, 81 team rating, but 10 players in the team, which means you can use a 76 rated from Arsenal. And I think what a lot of people are getting caught up in, and same with France. Like I think France, they didn't do France, but I think for another guy for Nation, they required France players or something, and you only need 5. You don't need a full team, and the rating's like 83. So you can get away with using 5 80 rated French players and just throw 85s in there. The deal with it is like investing wise, you don't need to go crazy like, oh, I really think because Henry's coming, I'm gonna pick up 87 rated Inform Mustafi, and I'm gonna buy 10 of them because I think he's gonna be required. That's I'm trying to teach people like EA's not changing the requirements. They're doing the same thing, and the best way to go about it every week in, week out, is just picking up 86 to 90 rated gold cards. Just like simple as that. The cheapest one, you guys can use footpin.com obviously to look into it. It's the way to go, and I think any average investor can see that now, is that they went up in price. Like they spiked right away when the SBC came, and that's the consistent thing that every week, if you've been picking up 85s, 86s, 87s, 88s, and especially ones like, I'm trying to think, like Cruz and Modric and guys who like Link, because they do high rated, they do high chemistry for the high rated teams. Oh my gosh, it's the money, dude. Like you can literally, and it's a 4-week cycle, so you can put that into your brain like, hey, I need to have money, coins available at this point a week or two before, and you know, watch the 86 to 90s, because it's something that everybody can do, and I think those are the best kind of investments that everybody can do, and you're not going to ruin each other's profit because too many are invested. Like people are going to do the SBCs, and imagine, you saw the tweet, but like this was Henry. Like imagine the prime R9 or the prime Ronaldinho.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Who
saying.
Even
is that
knows,
like,
man, like what that's going to be, and that's the best thing is like, I think for the first time we finally saw for these Icon SBCs like 88s, 80. You saw those players go pretty high, like up 20k, 15, 25k each. And I think if you get somebody even more than Henry, yeah, it's big time. Like it's big time, and it's such an easy investment you could be making week in and week out.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the L that I took this week, is that like I went that FIFA 17 POTM method where I'm like, all right, Henry played for Barcelona, so let me pick up Inform Iniesta, that kind of thing, and it did not work, you know. And I think what people can take notes of is that like, yeah, for you know, you got some super elites that are still available. Your Maradonas, Pelés, R9, and I'll say maybe Hullet and Vieira. Yeah. Maybe you can add Maldini to that, give or take. But I would say for the previous 5 I mentioned, is that it's got to be about or equal to what they just dropped with Henry. It's got to be about that, especially for R9. R9 is probably going to be slightly even more, but I think give or take, you gotta look at that. You just take notes from now, and you know, think about, they got to do the somewhat similar SBC to get an equivalent price for those 5 guys. And like you said, the schedule's probably looking pretty good. That's why I was never really upset about, I remember like a month ago, was it? People were really upset about the schedule. I was like, not necessarily, because they're releasing, it's nothing like FIFA 14. And I'll tell you guys, like when I was at EA, FIFA 14, they didn't like the way that it was released in terms of like one every couple of weeks. Like they actually did not like that. So I was pretty confident. I was like, yeah, I know they didn't like that at the time. I don't think they would do that again, because they literally saw how upset it made people. They really knew how people got really mad at it. So I didn't think there was something they would do again. And now we've seen that they can release 4 at a time. Who knows? They can release 5 at a time if they really want to. If they really want to get hype, you know. I would say that when I just think logically, when I look at the calendar, I would say maybe we get another elite before or during Christmas. But I don't think whatever elites do not come out by then, I think will come out probably right after Team of the Year.
Exactly.
Just to fill that gap in hype, you know, between Team of the Year. You know how we take that lull, Team of the Year and FUT birthday. Fill that gap in hype. And you want those guys out before you know, the FUT Champs finals, things like that, because you need to see R9 in the FUT Champ final. You know, you need to see Gorilla and Taz play with those players on TV.
Yeah, and I think there's other things too that like I think we learned is that this was the biggest release yet, and it was on a weekend when promos or events were going on in the game, and I think it's another strategy of EA that like it's smart that releasing these a day before that is just going to keep you on the game, I think, a little bit more all weekend. Just because you know you got that player now, if you did it or you're trying to do it and you're trying to get the good deals to get the player submitting the SBC. So I wouldn't be surprised, because Footmas is the next big event coming up in 4 weeks, I think. Yeah, a little bit under. So like I would be not surprised if they do another big guy like in that time, and another few other good ones, because it's going to keep people on the game. Same with Team of the Year. It's just a smart like marketing move. I think if you do this, then you're going to get more people who 2 ways open more packs, because 1, they want to get these players and they need more coins, or 2, they're just on the game and they're like, oh my god, packs, let's go open. So that's a marketing pitch with it all, and it makes us happy, because then we're going to get better, I think really good icons, even though there's not that many bad ones left. But I think we're going to start to get really good icons, Footmas, and then the week after Team of the Year, which that's going to be great. And just talking a little bit more, you know, like I think the Henry ended up requiring, is it 3 icons?
Three icons for Henry. 3 icons for Henry.
3 icons. So it's another tip to you guys is that I think they were 200K like a few days before the event.
Oh yeah,
and I think what did they rise to in the hype, man? Like 400K
400
right when the event came out.
Yeah, I saw a dude selling Schmeichel and Baby Van der Sar for like 400. Yeah.
If you see guys in the next few weeks, if you see those babies like start to go into the 250 or 300 range, I think it used to be the cycle of like 250 and then 320. I think that cycle's completely changed now because now we know to get R9, you're gonna need the big guys or the big. Any like the R9, the 5 you talked about, you're gonna need, especially. Oh my God, that Prime Hullet or the Prime Vieira. Forget about it, man. Those are gonna be the most in-demand cards in the game, I think.
I think Prime. I'm gonna guess Prime Vieira, 2 icons, maybe 1, and then some high-rated squads, and then Hullet 3, R9 4 icons.
I'm so against SBCs, man, in terms of submitting my coins away, because I'm a big investor, big trader. So I love having coins liquid because it just gives me more buy power. I'm going to be probably doing Prime Vieira and Prime Hullet. I have to do them, man. And if they're going to be at that much of a discount, like Henry, not Henry necessarily, but most of these guys are 50% or lower of their market value. Though I mean, the 90 Hullet, I've been trading with it this week. It's like, it's just rebounded up to 3.6. We were talking about before we recorded this, and it's going to be like, I think you could see that close to 4 in a week or 2. So if that's the 90, like let's take a second and look at the Prime, which is what 93. Yeah, that thing's gonna be like market close price to like 6, bro.
Oh, dude, I think market price 7? Could go to like 7, 8. Honestly, I think so, R9 will be like close to 10.
If that Hullet is
Jesus Christ,
dude, I'm gonna be doing the. I have to at that point. Like I'm gonna have the coins to buy it on the market. But there goes my coins. Like I'm gonna have what, a mil left. I'm gonna probably end up doing those, and I'm not gonna mind it too. I know you get some. You could probably get some. You get some packs in. I just the tip is that investors, you know that we're gonna start to get some big boys coming, and get some of these players when you see them low that you know is gonna. Don't try to beat the curveball or find it or anything. Just do what you know is gonna happen, and you're gonna make good money. I think. Every time, and I think especially if you want to be doing the Vieira, the Hullet, the R9, try to like use Henry as like, hey, what am I gonna need, and go ahead and make yourselves how many. Let me check right now because I know they did for Henry, man. They did an icon, then you need Monaco, then you need Barcelona, Arsenal, Red Bulls, and then you need a bunch of 83 through 89 rated squads. So if they're gonna do 14 SBCs, why don't you go ahead? You make a concept squad. You're like, hey, I really want to do Hullet. You go do your Wikipedia researching. You figure out what clubs he's playing for, and then you just go ahead, man, and you pick up your icons, and you do just fill it out yourself before. You will probably even on the, so we're talking about like the discount of doing the SBC, you're gonna get it for half the market value. So maybe you get that Prime Hullet 4.35 or something. You might be able to get that for 2.5 or 3 if you prepare ahead of time because you just went through and did the whole thing, and that's probably you'll see me on videos or streams. I'll probably start to be doing. I'll start really just putting my coins into some concept squads and start to really munch away at getting some of those done. Because trust me, dude, I'm gonna try to save as many coins as I can doing some of those guys. But dude, these icons this year, man, are so fun. Like it's sick. It's one of the best additions. You know, it's within SBCs. Like SBCs last year was the new thing, and it was like, whoa, like what is this? This is awesome. And I think they did a really good job of like not trying to impress everybody this year again, like with another kind of SBC thing. But I think putting the icons within the SBC, it's sick. It's honestly sick.
Yeah, it's a more accessibility is always better, and it's a more accessible way to afford them. Because imagine if you could only pack them, right? That would be horrible, right? If you could only just pack them. And you bring up a good point. I mean, this is something I was telling people on the stream. I was like, even at the start of the year, I was like, you know what? The best way to kind of save money is just to literally know which icons you really, 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 really want, and just prepare for them only.
Yeah.
If you really want to keep things tight, like at the beginning of the year, I was saying, I mean, my mind's kind of changing right now, but I was like, only ones I'm going for are Baby, I mean not baby, Rio Prime Rio, because I support United and I've met Rio a couple times, and I think he's the best, in my opinion, the best defender in the Premier League of all time. Debatable. People in comments will be mad about that, but Rio Vieira, because of just he's a beast. Hullet and maybe R9. I wasn't really planning on doing anyone else. If I could just stick to those ones, and I'm looking at Rijkaard, because for me Rijkaard looks like a nice, cheap alternative to Vieira, things like that. Maybe if I can't afford Vieira, but exactly. I'm pretty much setting myself up for those. Those are like the 4 I want. Don't really want R10. I'm not too much of a skiller, so I feel like I won't get the most of it. It'll just be nice. I'm not a Barca fan, that kind of thing. So I think if you really just dial down and look at the guys, just think about who are the guys that are most important to you and just like plan ahead. I think you could save yourself hundreds of thousands, or maybe even like 1 million coins off of the price.
It's so worth it. I mean, it might be a pain in the butt to do, but yeah, you're gonna save yourself so many coins doing it that way. And just kind of like a little tip also as well to you guys. We were talking earlier about these Team of the Week SBCs. I think right now, it would make sense, and I'll get your take on this, but I think I'm not amazing with this kind of stuff because I do more market trends and like when the market's going to go up and all that. But I think it might be, so what, we have these SBCs available, Team of the Week. You have them for, I think, 3 more days. You're going to have them until Tuesday or Wednesday to do. Probably until this Team of the Week ends is what I'm assuming. I think the move is to the people who invested in 83s, obviously, and 84s, and if you have any informs, like if you mass bought 81 or 82 rated informs, because you do need 2 Team of the Week players. I think today you might have a lot of people opening the packs up, and then that's going to cause a lot of supply onto the market. And I think what the thing I'm trying to get at is that if you do have investments for those, I might not sell them yet. I think I remember last year that the longer you wait, just because everyone keeps doing it, but the supply becomes less, and now there's no more promos this weekend. I think maybe it's a time to sell, like if you have investments that way on Sunday or Monday, just because I think the demand is going to stay the same. Where people are going, obviously, you know how addicting it is to do Team of the Week SBCs. You just keep doing them, and it's like I
keep taking L's. Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. You take L's, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna get Pogba, and I'm gonna go back and do a few more. And that's the thing with investments. I think the peak of those, whether it's Informs 81, 83 rated, and 83, 84, 82 rated goals, if you have investments for those, if you're making good money, obviously sell now. But I think if you want to get a little greedy and try something, it might be a call to hold until Monday, because those are gonna just keep getting bought and not replaced with a ton of supply. Because let's be honest, like bank accounts are done. Yesterday, they're in the millions of money, which means that the supply in the market is crazy, but no one has the money left, guys, to be, and no one's gonna open packs too, because people know that Monday is Cyber Monday, and they also do more more lightning rounds. Maybe they'll do some more flash SBC. So I think if anybody's wanting to spend more, they're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna take the weekend off, and I'm gonna wait until Monday. So that could be a call if you're trying to make some extra coins. If you have some 83s, 84s in your club, or you invested. That's probably the call, I think, is to sell probably before Monday when people start opening packs and more gets onto the market. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of making some coins off those SBCs.
I mean, for me, I picked up a 9 Gallon that I'm going to use just to profit off of later. But I'm probably, you're right. In this case, with 9 Gallon, though, I'm probably going to wait an extra week because, again, people are going to be flat out broke. And it's going to be a dry period. Nothing's going to happen for the next, 2-3 weeks, right, until FUTMAS. I think they're going to be super light on packs, stuff like that. And then just the need for, the best Serie A center mid is going to be a lot higher. So I'm hoping 9 Gallon goes up another 100K or so.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I'll say if you picked up, a Pogba or 9 Gallon, I think those guys, even maybe Hazard as well.
Yes. Position change.
Position change. I think he's gonna skyrocket.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be a really good one, guys.
Yeah, hopefully I pack him in my packs.
Yeah. Dude, imagine that, man. He's going for it's expensive, man. And that's the thing is I think if you have the money and coins, it might not be, if you do 20, man, and if you just pull Vidal, Nainggolan, and then Pogba Hazard are 1 right now. 1 mil, you could probably make your money back or more right away. It's just about getting them. But this Team of the Week is a great one to do it. And I suggest to all you guys, if you guys are real, not card collectors, but you like getting team of the week cards and you like first owners and stuff, and you got coins, man, make a ton of these. You're not going to see these again until team of the week 15, in my opinion, which is when I think they release the winter batch of OTWs, or it's just around Footmas when they do another one.
Yeah, it's just about
I
Footmas.
think they did it last year. They did 10, 15,
yeah, they did
20.
Footmas, I think, last year.
10, 15, 20, I think they did last year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, make a few and hope that Neymarzito or Ronaldo gets in the team of the week between now and Footmas. And it might not be the worst thing in the world. I think we were talking about earlier that there's this team of the week is great, but it does have a good amount of 81s.
Yeah.
Just see, man, because this team of the week is good. Probably one of the better ones we've had so far. But the second Ronaldo or one of those guys gets in there, boom.
Oh.
That's a team of the week you might want to splurge the team of the week packs on. So you guys got 3 more days to do it. If you're looking for the cheapest time to do it, I would probably say do it maybe when there's 2 hours left. 2.5 hours left. You got Cyber Monday when a lot of packs and more players are going to get onto the market. And then, obviously, the investments are going to start to go down because they lose a lot of demand. And people know, okay, let's move on. Like, this team of the week SBC is ending. You see that with Player of the Month, right? Like, every year.
By the end,
the last hour or, like, half hour, man, you got to get in and try to do it. Maybe you snipe. Like, I think, especially for the Player of the Months that require, like, the Mane one, you needed Mane. I think, like, in the last hour of it being available, Mane went down like 35 or 40K. Jeez. So the same thing with, like, we talk about how, like, you can prepare for the Hullet. Once the Player of the Month comes out, like, just do all within the SBC, like, maybe do all the squads. Put all the players in that are already maybe down in value, or you're just going to have to buy them at that price. And then whatever you need that's really expensive, maybe wait till, like, literally the last minute it's available. Snipe it, put it in the SBC, boom, you got the Player of the Month last minute. That's just a thought as well, like, and I'm all about trying to get guys to save money, whether it's making money investing or saving money SBCs. It's the way to go. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching today. Just kind of doing a Black Friday, the market and the SBCs and just the game in general in review. Thank you, Chew, for coming on and talking to me today.
No problem. Glad to be back. I think it's my second time, right? So
yeah, second time on the channel. I think we talked in August.
In August. So looking for the hat trick.
I think we're gonna get guys, I like to go and choose stream. He's been doing some streams with, L Dog and Golden Bear didn't show the other week, but
yeah, man,
they come. And we've been doing some like just market talks on his Twitch live streams on Sunday nights. We're gonna try to continue those. I'm gonna try to have him on again, probably sometime mid-December, or we could do another one around Footmas where we could just talk it in review and all that. Guys, I'm gonna put his links down below. You're probably already following him, but unfollow and refollow. Get him involved. Go for it.
Thanks, I'm already involved, man. What are you talking about? I've been
Thanks
involved.
for coming on, dude. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. See you guys.
All right, guys. Peace out.